On this week's episode, we take a drive through the AP poll. It's a different episode, baby. We talk a little baseball, but it's about football this week on.
All right.
Are we live?
We're back again at the Brave Idiots podcast. We got all four in here tonight. We're all getting over being sick, or at least half of us. Aston with the migraine. I got my voice back a couple days ago. I'm still hacking up a lung, but happy to be back on the pod, boys. Happy to see you guys and talk some talk some ball. I've missed it. So we'll jump into soft toss. What's new in the Braves world is it's pretty sad to see. We lose a series against the D.B.I.G.S. It was kind of like I don't know, just it doesn't even feel like it really even happened, I guess, because we've been winning some games, but it's still just kind of it's felt like for a little bit we can't get the offense going how we how we want to get it going, what we're used to with Matty O and Albies and Michael Harris. Everybody's getting hits, but it's just bad timing, it seems like.
Well, and I was talking to somebody today about it. It's when one part of the order, it's been like this all year, one part of the order is hot, the other one's cold. And then you'll have games where nobody hits but Matt Olson. Mm-hmm. And you just can't sustain like that. And yeah, we're 74 and 50, 51, 52 now or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're still going to make playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. Braves are a playoff team. But you just cannot sustain like this. And I mean, there is a world where they could go on a long losing streak.
Yeah.
If things don't turn around. They won't. Well, let me knock on some wood. But
knock on my news desk.
Yeah, not on your news desk. But I don't know, man. Just the last few games. What did I text y'all the other day? The stats of Bryce Elder and Grant Holmes. A couple of starts ago, and they just both got shelled. I mean, it's starting to rear its head. Do we trust those guys in the playoffs? Heck no. And then Martin Perez yesterday, which I will grant him this, he turned it around.
Yeah.
And he come out and said what was happening. Those guys were sitting on his changeup. And after the first inning, he went away from the changeup and everything, it smoothed out.
Yeah.
I mean, good on him, a veteran pitcher, to figure out what was happening. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But again, it's the same thing it's the same horse we've been beating. Who do we have that will be able to take the ball in game 3 of a playoff series?
Well, of course, we have the news today of Tyler Kenley getting DFA'd and AJ Smith-Shawver getting called up. Is he starting a game? Or is
tomorrow.
He okay.
Tomorrow, yeah. That's what they moved Chris Sale back so he could be in the Brewers series. And I think that I think we play the Dodgers. I think it lines up to where he's pitching with the Dodgers series as well, which I personally like. I would like to see him get some look at those batters so that when playoff time comes around, he feels comfortable against those guys. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with Aston when it came to the it's like one of those things. It's like what more do you talk? I mean, I feel like we've been talking about this for the past 3 weeks ever since the trade deadline, right? Like what can you talk about? Like you're in this situation where you just have to sit there and eat the situation we're in, and you just have to say, hey, like Aston said, we're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna make the playoffs. Like that's pretty confident in saying. If you make the playoffs, though, we just got to wait and see what happens. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we just get a random start out of Tyler Mahle or or Martin Perez, and they just dominate in game 2. And then we don't, who knows? You never know. Right now, what it looks like is you're kind of banking on AJ Smith-Shawver. There's some reports that came out that Swellenbach's probably not going to pitch this year. He's not feeling 100% still. It just doesn't have enough time to ramp up. What's the point? Maybe get him a spot start or two in the minor leagues just to get him some work before, but just don't bring it up. Hurston Waldrop, no one wants to commit to saying he's going to play again this year. But surprisingly enough, it seems like Spencer Strider might end up pitching for us again in September. And you may see a world where Spencer Strider is on your postseason roster, but as a bullpen piece. You never know. But so you're just banking on Martin Perez just continuing to pitch the way he's pitched, and AJ Smith-Shawver finding something that gives you some like other guy to go to. And then outside of that, you're going bullpen game 3, I think, either which way you put it. And then you're just hoping that you can ride that train for 3 series,
Yeah.
So
what were you going to say, Blake?
I was going to say, on a positive note from all of this, do you not like the way our schedule ended up being at the end of the year? Playing some of the better teams to end the season to see what you have moving into the playoffs. I mean, you got the Dodgers. I mean, you played the D-backs, obviously. And then now you're moving to Milwaukee. I just feel like, let's see what we got. And maybe it's not as positive after we finish all these series, but I want to see what we can do against these guys with what we have. And like you said, there's some promising starts coming forward with Strider and Shawver. And just, I mean, it's kind of, we're in a weird spot, but it's kind of promising. You can see what you can do against them. And I'm still not against the Mahili, however you say his last name. I mean,
Healy.
Yeah. I don't think he was a terrible grab, honestly.
Well, I mean, he's actually had a good start tonight, to be funny enough. Like, it's not bad. I mean, he's looked good. There is always something about a guy coming to a new place where they change up his usage. Like, you've actually seen it with Freddie Peralta in his last 2 starts with the Rays, is they've changed his changeup usage. They've increased the changeup usage, and he's had some pretty decent starts his last 2. And so sometimes it just changes up. You just need a fresh look at, hey, this is how we're going to approach hitters with you, because this, and that. But it is. But I do agree. I think I love the way that it's set up so that and I think we're in the dog days of summer, boys. Like, this is what it is. This is where, like I said, we're on episode 21. There's really not too much to talk about. Let's be honest. There's really not too much to talk about outside of maybe Matt Olson being the MVP conversation, but it's a moot point because Pete Crow-Armstrong hit a leadoff home run tonight. Shohei Ohtani still exists. So what's the point of talking about Matt Olson being an MVP candidate? What's the point? So your dog days summer, you just need to get September, because let's get some games down the stretch. You also play the Tampa Bay Rays mid-September. You could just see, hey, let's look how we match up against another, top contender. The team that right now, the way that I'm looking, I think that's the team to beat in the AL. And so you get these nice matchups, and maybe that gets the boys up. Maybe that gets them to start really ramping up again and playing some meaningful baseball.
Yeah. Well, let's just jump it in to Chop It Like It's Hot. Got a few topics here, but just kind of hitting on the topic you guys were just talking about. We're seeing some of the teams that, are playoff bound as well, possibly. I feel like that's a good thing as well, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters how we do in these series, of course, but I think we're all just kind of focused on the playoffs already. And, we can kind of – it's just a scouting opportunity. So it seems like in the past we've always played these teams earlier on in the season, and then we see them in October or – whatever, and you're thinking you're going to see them in October, and you're like, I don't even know what to expect. It kind of happened, even when the Dodgers, when we played them, in the past, it was always like, well, we play them early in the season, we don't really know how even if we beat them in the season series, it comes to October, and of course the Dodgers strategically put together their IL stints, it seems like, so that they're like banking their players. So they said, I think one of them admitted was I can't remember the guy's name. The guy, his last name Kelly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, a relief pitcher with the glasses. Can't remember. But I think
Joe Kelly.
Joe
Kelly.
Joe
Kelly
Kelly.
kind of came out and admitted that that's what basically they did. Is that they kind of go with these IL stints to save players, and just like, oh well, it's fine. They'll just take a stint on the IL, and it gives them days off, and they've got such a plethora of all-stars. It doesn't really matter. They're just going to stay 7 to 10 games ahead of everybody else anyways, and then they bring everybody back for the playoffs. So, besides the Dodgers, it just gives us kind of a scouting opportunity, I feel like. And the good thing is we're playing them towards the end of the season, and we get that opportunity to hopefully see more of what the Dodgers will look like, because they haven't had Blake Snell and others as well. So I feel like that'll be a good thing going into it. Even if we don't win the series or whatever, it seems like we just got to get hot when the playoffs come, because it's just we've had so many streaky instances this season where either we're winning every game or we're losing every game, it seems like. And you just hope that we don't get to October and it's a streak of we can't score runs, because we got to score runs to win. There's no way we get to the playoffs if we're not scoring 5 runs a game. We're not winning the playoff series.
Well, it's like tonight, Miley's start is ruined. I mean, he gave up 2 runs, but we've only scored 1 run tonight.
Made one mistake, really. One mistake. You let you throw up a hanger, and Josh Bell obliterates it. So it's really, I mean, and he's still
throw
pitching.
a hanger to the worst guy to do it too. On that,
he's still pitching. Bottom 7, by the way. He's still pitching right now. He has 2 outs, but actually, he's I think he's probably about to get through this inning, and now he's 7 innings in. But
Crazy.
And that's also positive. I mean, a guy who can go 7 innings, giving up 2 runs.
Yeah, we just got to score.
You can't have the offense that we have and not score. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I just feel like,
and it ticks me off that just his start tonight, obviously, but Chris Sale never gets any love from the offense. I mean, you go out there and you score 3 or 4 runs with those 2 guys on the mound, you can win baseball games.
Yeah, I feel like they're coasting.
Yeah, that's what it feels like too.
It feels like,
and I feel like I'm coasting as a fan as well. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Is
it's just human nature, I guess.
Well, I think the Braves have just had such a big division lead for the entire season that I think what happened is they got out of the All-Star break and they're like, oh, we got to turn it on because the Phillies are close. We're going to turn it on. Let's turn it on. So then they create the space, and now they're like, and it's just, that's why I'm saying, like, let's get to September, because that's when I think everyone turns it on. They'll turn it on. They're like, all right, we got to get going. We got to get this. And if we can't get going right off the riff, at least we have a couple weeks to figure it out, to get going, come that time. So it just feels like they're coasting. A lot of teams do that when we're at that point where you're kind of, baseball comes down the wire. I don't know. It's
a long season. So.
Yeah, and I don't know who the heck's going to make that AL wild card. It's a million teams. But you know who the contenders are.
Yeah.
You just know who are going to actually be the team that's vying for an actual legitimate chance. So this is that point of the year where you're just like, fast forward. Come on, let's get this going. That's why I always agree with shortening the MLB season, because it's just like, why are we playing 162 games?
Well, can I say this also? Our offense is not going to be consistent when Ronald Acuna's hitting 242. Austin Riley's hitting 223. You got a guy in the lineup hitting 118.
And you somehow have Ha-Sung Kim signed for $20 million, and he's having the worst season statistically ever in baseball.
Yeah.
To be
Ever.
fair, he's only had
Ever.
3 at-bats since June 28th.
Yeah, but 85 bats plus, he's the worst ever in the history of baseball.
Yeah, I know, but
That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying is that you're not playing him enough to give him a chance to really do anything. So again, he's just taking up a spot. But
I may have used this before, but that is worse than the Braves signing Hector Oliveira.
Say it again.
I said that's worse than the Braves signing Hector Oliveira.
I don't even know who Hector Oliveira is, bro. That's how irrelevant that is. I don't even know who he is.
You don't know who that is? The Sword? Come on, dude.
Wait,
No,
Hector Oliveira?
you're thinking
of Guillermo Heredia.
That's Heredia. That's right.
Y'all don't remember?
Yeah, I know Oliveira. Yeah, big old Jack dude, like he's on steroids.
No,
Yeah.
I
Probably
don't
the worst
either.
signing in Braves history. I would argue.
Nah, it's BJ Upton, bro.
Nah, we got some good games out of BJ.
Yeah, but you got some good games out of Ha-Sung Kim too last year, and that's why you signed him. You know, I really just think that I really am at this point where I'm just like,
I think Ha-Sung Kim got his money and it was just like,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, but it's 1 year. Why are you going to get money and say whatever 1 year? I mean, it's $20 million. Listen, you give me $20 million right now, I'm not working for the rest of my dang life. But you know, so I can understand. You know, he can't technically be like, whatever. But like, why not try to go get like you got a 1 year contract, $20 million. You go out there try to bust.
Yeah, I mean his career is over after this season.
Yeah, he's never gonna put on MLB. Like no one's gonna pick him up. No one's gonna do anything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just at this point where I don't care. I'm like, let's get to the playoffs. Let's see what happens. Either one, I'm gonna be calling for Alex Anthopoulos' head, or two, I'm gonna be happy that we're winning. Like I'm at that. It's one or two things right now. So yeah.
If we make the playoffs and we get knocked out first round, I'm saying it right now. I'm calling for AA's head because it will be his fault this year.
Only if it's because
100%.
of the pitching. Only if it's because of the pitching. Because if let's say the pitching goes out there and they only give up like 3 or less runs in the playoffs, like they're pitching, they're starting, and they give you 5-6 innings, that's the offense. And yeah, going back on that offensive point, I think it's just they're in this. I think that they just have this issue with, like, you know, like Jake was saying, this issue with staying hot. You know, like it's because they live by the long ball. That's the worst part. They just live by the long ball. It's great in the postseason because that's kind of what happens in the postseason. So you want a team that can really just be able to go out there and do a firefight. But it's when you have moments when you're swinging for the fences and you're doing that, you can find yourself getting your swing path like all out of whack. It's just, yeah. But I have faith. I have faith that they're going to do it. That's the thing that I'm not.
Coach Breyer.
Huh?
Hitting Coach Breyer.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Well,
but
let's not beat around the bush. Let's just go ahead and get to this fun question that Breyer had for us.
Well, I was going to say one more thing about AA.
Go for it.
Yep.
Sorry, yes.
Well, put yourself in this situation. You got 2 guys who could possibly come back and start for you. I mean, Strider and Shawver, who have been injury prone the last couple of years, obviously. Nobody's seen them a lot, so they do come back and they can pitch a lot for you. You got 2 guys who have nobody's gotten to hit against because they can't stay healthy. So they do come back and they're effective. So you either go spend a lot of money to get somebody, obviously Screwball, DeGrom, whoever they were talking to, he would be, or you wait on these guys to come back and they're actually effective and they help you through the postseason. I mean, it's a 50-50. I mean, it's right there.
That's what I'm saying. It's either I'm going to be at his head or I'm going to be happy because it's working out, you know? So I
mean, thus far it seems like we haven't really. It's worked out for us, I guess. DeGrom I don't know what the result of that injury or MRI was, but
Screwball's lost what, 2 or 3 of his starts.
He hadn't won a
something.
game yet for the
Yeah,
Dodgers.
I didn't think so.
And Joe Ryan's on the IL. What's his name? Who got traded to the Padres? Mize. He's done all right.
And Mize and Molly.
So I mean, it's
they're similar players as it is. I mean, they're similar pitchers.
Yeah,
it's a gamble, but there's other players still that weren't traded that could have been traded that the Braves could have got for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that whenever we lose out.
Yeah, when we get to that point, right? Got a couple episodes before that.
Well, somebody had to be positive for AA in this podcast. We can't all hate AA.
I mean, like it's kind of neutral until.
And I'm not saying that I'm on AA side.
Well, I don't
I'm
hate
just
AA.
saying, like, there's still a 50-50 chance here that.
That's why I'm saying.
Or Schauber comes back, and it's just like, hey, there's your 3 guys, or your 4 guys. You got 4 guys who can go there and win a baseball game.
Yeah,
fair enough.
You just gotta see how it all turns out. Yeah. Gotta wait and see.
So fun question of the night. Would you rather face Skubal twice or Mizorowski twice in the playoffs?
Right now?
Skubal.
Right now?
Just in general.
Skubal.
I think
have y'all seen Miz's stats against left-handed hitters lately?
Who's Skubal?
Yeah.
Mizorowski's.
Nah.
Apparently they have tweaked his slider, maybe? Yeah, slider. And he is shutting down lefties just as good as he shuts down righties. I think you give me Skubal twice, 100%.
See, I'm going to be honest with you, boys. I'm going to take Mizorowski. The reason why.
We'll see. Hey, we got a chance to see him. Is he going to start against us?
Well, I'm just going to shoot it to you straight. I know what Tyreek Skubal looks like in the playoffs. I've seen it. I've seen it. And he's a lefty. We have a lefty. We have a good mix, but our righties have struggled in general. So I'm not really banking on my righties to mash up a 2-time Cy Young winner. It's hard to trust that. Mizorowski, you got a right-hander and you got a lot of good left-handing hitting, right? So you got that. He has all the stuff in the world. But there's a variable that I mentioned earlier in our podcast episodes that I think about Mizorowski. I think that he just ticks differently. That's the best way to put it. He ticks differently. And so I'm just going to let that guy get overstimulated by the big lights. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to let that guy get overstimulated by the big lights.
Oh, man.
And he's going to just lose all his stuff. He's going to panic. He's going to crumble under pressure. He's young. And he's going to get at some point, it's going to be the 3rd or 4th inning. There's going to be 2 or 3 guys on because he's lost a little bit of his control. He's got a little emotional out there. And Matt Olson's going to come up and absolutely on a ball. That's just absolutely. He's going to do what he did with Jacob deGrom that one time in that one series where he just obliterates. And then you just see that guy and you're just going to see him melt. And then we're going to put up like 6 more runs on him. That's my prediction. But that's why I would take that. That's why I will take that.
And I pray that if the Brewers or the Braves somehow come across this podcast and see this, that it's on our side positive, and that they don't use it against us.
I can't wait until the podcast episodes where we're actually talking about the playoffs. Like, that's going to be nice because we're actually going to be able to talk about something that actually is like happening in real time. But yeah, I think it's just about depth because I like the Braves options that they have to face against the Brewers a lot more than I do with the Dodgers, right? So if I'm sitting here facing Tyreek Skubal in Game 4 and it's a series deciding thing, whereas I feel better about the chance that I'm facing Jacob Mizorowski in a not must-win situation. Get what I'm saying? Like that's I like that. So I feel like I can go out there and just actually loosen up. But when I'm facing Skubal and it's Game 4 and we got to win that game, I'm a little nervous.
The difference there is Mizorowski is the guy for Milwaukee. Yeah,
Mhm.
Scooble is not the guy for the Dodgers. They have 4 other guys.
But
Yeah.
I think he goes game 1. I think he goes
He
game
could. Yeah, he could.
1.
I'm just saying they have 4 other
Yeah.
guys
Oh,
that you
yeah.
could throw
They
in
have
that
an
position.
option. Any of them can be game 1 starters on any other team, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have 4 or 5 game 1 starters.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You just got that depth. You're like, oh, gosh, we got to throw this guy and this guy and this guy. So it allows all those guys, allows Scooble just to go and be like, hey, I get to just relax. I'm good. I'm just going to go out there and be myself, right? And he's just going to ball. Most likely, that's what's going to happen. And I just like the Braves chance.
Yeah.
And Mizorowski, we've also handed him an L this year.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. I think Breyer's got a good point. You look at it right now, Scooble's not pitching great, or really it's, same thing that we've got going on. Offense just isn't always putting up runs for the Dodgers. And then you got Mizorowski, and you look at nearly every big game or like big time moment where like game, even this season, he has not performed well. Like that's been his worst games is when play the Braves. He did good against the Dodgers the other day, but I can't remember. He played another team a few weeks back, and it was, I guess a contender, and he lost that game as well. So I think big lights get to him. Scooble will be tough, and the Dodgers will just. It's just gonna be like you kind of said, like a firefight if we're gonna beat the Dodgers anyways. It's just gonna be we hit home runs, they hit home runs, and it's gonna come down to the last 3 outs. You just hope you're not getting shut out by freaking Scooble.
Yeah. But if we're going pure stuff, I don't want to face.
What about you, Aston? What's your take?
Wait, say it again.
What's your
Aston,
take,
what
Aston?
you got?
Oh yeah, Aston, what did you think about that?
I mean,
It's a premature question, in my opinion.
Yeah. And if you're banking off of right now, I mean, Scooble has not won a game for the Dodgers yet. But to Breyer's point, we've seen Scooble in the playoffs, and dude was electric. So back to a point earlier, it is the dog days of summer.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are probably just coasting, and he got traded, and honestly, he probably should be pitching to his potential, but he could just be like, you know what? I'm now on a team that's so far ahead it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take a break.
Yep. I'm just gonna work on my stuff. I'm just gonna
work on some things, and if they hit me, they hit me, and if they don't, they don't.
Exactly.
So that said, Mizorowski's pumping 104 consistently.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That in itself is scary. So you got this lefty who's one of the best in the business, right? And you got this righty who come out of nowhere pumping 104 gas. That's a tough one, boys. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
But I've seen Scooble in the playoffs, so I'm going to go with him.
Oh, yeah. You're going to Mizorowski? You would rather face him twice?
No, Scooble.
Oh, you rather. Oh, okay.
No. I'm sorry. Mizorowski. Yes.
Mizorowski.
There you go.
I would not want to face Scooble. There we go. Yeah. But yeah.
Jake, you never gave an answer. You just kind of agreed.
Oh no, I'm facing Miz, man.
Miz,
I ain't facing Scooble because I just don't want to deal with this. It has more to do with the fact that Scooble's if he's on, and then you got a Dodgers lineup that you got to deal with.
Well, my thing about that
Dodgers
Dodgers
against Mizorowski, you might score 2 to 3 runs and still win the game. I mean, like I'm not as scared. I'm not as scared of the lineup as in the Brewers, and I'm not as scared of the bullpen. Even the Dodgers bullpen has not been great again, but I'm not as scared of the Brewers bullpen and whatever. I feel like we can get to them.
I just don't know how many times that lineup can get up and care enough to win the World Series. I know they're all making all this money, But how many times can you wake up every day and just say, "We're the best team in the country. I'm gonna play like the best team in the USA."
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. Human nature, you get into a situation and you just
You get complacent in where
I'm
you're at.
complacent, and I'm a baseball player. I'm getting paid $320 million to be here. I'm just gonna go out there and do what I can do.
That's where the tennis mindset has to come in. It's got to be
What's
like
the-
Roger
what's that
Federer.
tennis?
It's got to be like Roger Federer. You have a 400 weeks or whatever as the number one player in the world, and you don't care. You just keep trying to get better because you know that next person is right there behind you, trying to take your spot or trying to, everybody's after you, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like UGA winning back-to-back natties. Kirby kind of put that in everybody's head. Is like nobody
But
thinks
now-
you guys
now
are
look
any
at-
good.
now look
Nobody
at our
thinks you
Georgia
guys are any
Bulldogs.
good.
They hadn't won a playoff game since 22.
I don't care. We won back-to-back natties.
Speaking of the dogs, let's roll into this new segment. Hey, let's throw this graphic up here. I'm about to take y'all to hater school.
All right, here we go. It's where I get quiet because I don't know anything until the actual season gets here.
Don't do it, Blake. Jake, you gonna have to throw that up there.
Yeah.
Do you see it in there?
Uh-huh. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
What graphic are we talking about?
Yeah. Hater school. And if I could, I would be like with a pointer pointing at each one. This is hater school, by the way, if anybody didn't know that. First things first. Number 1, Ohio State. They're replacing their entire. They're replacing their entire defense. You tell me. I do not care how many 5 stars they have. They're replacing their entire defense. Why are they number 1?
Because they have all the 5 stars.
Because the 5 stars in the money.
They're replacing their entire defense with unproven talent. There we go, unproven talent. Why are they number 1?
Because their offense is going to be so good that they all do is outscore you.
They're Ohio State.
What did Julian say in the
honest with you?
playoffs?
Ohio State's going to be undefeated until
Who
they.
do you think should be there, Aston?
Again,
Yeah, who's number 1?
this is all hypothetical right now.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to that.
Give us your AP poll, the Aston poll. Let's hear it.
What did Julian Sayin do in the playoffs?
He lost.
He lost.
Yeah. So did your Bolt quarterback at Miami.
Who shut him down?
Not Carson Begg.
If he was shut down, who shut him down?
That's last year, bro.
All right.
I
Continuing.
get what you're saying.
All right.
I get what you're saying. Go on to the
All
next. Yeah.
I'm good with Oregon. That's fine.
I'm not.
Georgia,
they
that's
can't
fine.
win anything.
Notre Dame, they went 10-2 last year. Can't stand them. They're supposedly good this year. We'll give CJ Carr his flowers, but I don't even remember what day the game is. Notre Dame's going down in November.
They got to
rank that later.
They got to rank
Texas.
Notre Dame higher, so that's
November 18th, I think. Y'all play
I
them
think
like
it's the
a week.
18th. It doesn't matter. Whatever day they're catching an L. Texas. Let's talk about Texas. What has Texas done?
Rich.
Nothing.
What has Texas done?
They're rich.
What has Sarkisian done at Texas?
I'm probably getting fired after this season.
When they
Do y'all
go
think-
9-3 again.
All right. Do y'all think Texas comes out of the SEC unscathed this year?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
I think they have a better chance because Georgia's not on their schedule.
They're about to lose to Tennessee and Neyland. Watch.
Now, if Texas goes into Ohio State and beats them,
Yeah,
I got
then
no
I'll be
problem with
scared.
them being top 5. But I still don't think Ohio State should be top 5. Top 10, that's fine. Top 10,
Who's number 1? Indiana?
top 10, that's fine. How you going to have the champion and the runner-up behind all them teams, especially when the runner-up beat the brakes off of Notre Dame last year?
Yeah.
Because
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I think the big question is you know, like you were saying, I mean, you can say about Ohio State losing out their whole defense and everything, but it's just Ohio State is consistent. That's why Georgia's at 3. It's why, Oregon's at 2. It's because every single year those guys are in the top 4. They're always in the top. They're always being talked about. So it's okay. It's safe to put them in the top 4, top 5. It's okay.
It's
Indiana,
safe.
you
safe.
Yeah, it's safe. It's safe, and that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying. That's why you have Notre Dame. Let's give them enough grace room so when they lose a game or two, they're still sitting there on the top edge of the top 12. Just so we can sneak them in somehow.
But they don't even have to be that high as long as they're in the top 12.
But that's the thing. It doesn't really matter.
Regardless.
None of this matters until about like week 8 of the season when the college football playoff rankings come. That's when it really matters because everyone's going to have to nut up or shut up in the first 8 weeks of the season. Like that's really what it comes down to. And like you're saying, Ohio State and Texas, we're going to figure out someone's going to drop out of the top 5 after that game. Like you're going to find out real quick.
And that's the reason why they're there.
Yeah, that's why they're there.
It's a money grab. It's all money.
Yeah, and that gives Miami. And
you got to have an early game. That's the top 5 matchup to produce viewers
for the headlines and the viewers and
So where I'm getting at there is, honestly, right now.
Honestly, without Mendoza, you have Indiana at number 1.
No.
Be honest with you. Okay.
No.
So who you
I
have
would probably returning production. I would probably go Oregon and Georgia.
But how do you go Georgia
and then Miami?
How do you go Georgia over?
I wouldn't put Miami that high yet. I might put Miami at 5.
But how do you go Georgia that high?
Indiana deserves to be in the top 5. Yes, I think Indiana deserves to be in the top 5. I don't think they're number 1 though because of the production they lost.
Texas has almost every starter on the All SEC team, first team, and then.
But what did they do last year with
AP team? They have 4 players. They're the only team with 4 players.
Yeah.
Everybody else has 2
squad.
or
You're
less.
right, Aston. I agree, though. I think they're an overhyped squad. Aston's right. They haven't really done crap. They beat Bama once. It made them, that's kind of really what it was.
And where's Bama at on that list?
Yeah, exactly. That's insane. Is it weird to think that we live in a world where Alabama's kind of
mediocre?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of
a top 15 team, not a top 14
exactly. That's how good, and even that's probably a little gracious. Because it's still Alabama bias. You still got to keep them. You got to keep them close. You got to keep them within arm reach of the playoff because, they know what they got to do. They know that Alabama being in it increases their ratings. The blue blood. It's the number 1 program of all time.
It all comes down to ratings. Look at Alabama play. They play LSU. They play Georgia.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day. But anyway, all right, top 10. What else you got there, Aston? Tell us more that you don't agree with.
So A&M's fine. Ole Miss is fine. Oklahoma's fine. I don't know if I would have LSU that high yet.
No.
Texas
Oklahoma,
Tech,
I'm a little sus too about right now.
Yeah, Texas Tech. Who's their quarterback?
Texas Tech's going to be there because they're in the Big 12.
Yeah,
they'll probably still win unless BYU has something to say, but I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah,
that's fine. They are big talking BYU right now, but that's not.
Here's where my issue lies. Right? Why is Penn State in the top 25?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't understand that one. That's the
insane.
most
They did one.
Back to what he said, blue blood.
Well, yeah, but this is the thing about Penn State is that Penn State went 3-9 or something, like 4-8 last year. What did they go? They were bad.
It was bad.
Bad.
Yeah, bad.
New coach.
And they lost their defensive coordinator. They have a whole new defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? You lost half of the team to Tennessee. You lost half of the defense to Tennessee and the defensive coordinator. And that and then so where else did you go? What was it? Was it Allard? Is it Allard or Law? Who
Drew Allard.
Yeah. He was kind of mid. He did not turn out to be who he was supposed to be, right? Is he still this year? Or did he go to the draft last year? He's still there this year?
I think he's gone.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Either way, should not be. If they are, they're 24, 25. You know what I'm saying? Just out of respect. But 18 is a little high, I will say, on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
Tennessee.
who is y'all?
I think
who y'all's-
Tennessee's better as well. I think
I'm
Tennessee
good
should
with
be higher.
SMU. I'm good with SMU. I'm good where Tennessee's at. I'm fine with where Utah's at. Iowa, that's whatever.
Iowa's in the Big Ten.
Whatever.
They're always a
throwing
good
them in
middle
there.
school team. Like they're like,
Yeah,
They're-
Houston.
Iowa is the Big Ten's Missouri.
yeah. They're always
Yeah.
kind of like good, but they're not good enough.
Missouri. Let's talk about Missouri. What has Eli Drinkowitz done in the SEC?
Nothing, dude.
No.
A dork, a nerd.
He has done absolutely
He almost
nothing.
beat Georgia in 22. He almost beat them.
So
They beat Tennessee in a down year.
So how many wins versus teams better than them have they had?
Oh, was it A&M back in like 21, 22 maybe?
Yeah, but was
Yeah.
A&M really that good in 21?
They were.
Or were they
Right.
overhyped?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of Missouri. What was it in 20? Yeah, it was 23 when Missouri was good. They were like 10-2 or something like that. And a lot of their wins came from like the first half of the season against bigger opponents. And then I remember when they ended up playing. It was either Georgia or Bama, but I'm pretty sure it was Bama. They were
It was
getting
Bama.
It was Bama. They were getting worked. And Eli Drinkowitz was literally talking to one of the wide receivers saying like, "Oh, you're lucky I don't got my quarterback," or you're lucky I don't got this. And I'm like, dude, you are the biggest joke in the SEC. And that's saying something, bro. That's saying something.
Yeah, with Shane Beamer's in
You
the
got
sleeves.
Shane Beamer in there. Yeah, exactly. Like it's saying like, oh man, there's no one that I think has a more punchable face than Eli Drinkowitz. And I just hate that guy. I really do. I mean, well, I don't hate anyone, but I really dislike that guy. He's literally, I don't know. I just remember Tennessee put like 63 points up on him one year, and then the very next year, down year, they beat Tennessee. And as they go to shake Josh Heupel in his hand, they go to shake, he literally whispers to Josh, or he says to Josh Heupel, he said something about being about business. We stand on business, Josh, and then walk.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even. He like says it as he's walking away, and I'm like, dude, you are such a expletive. I won't say that, but he is, dude. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even get started. You know what? Yeah, Aston, put a big old X, throw them down at rank
and I'm going to ask y'all the
125.
same question in just a minute. How y'all would re-rank this? And I'll give you my answer. I would move Oregon to 1, Georgia to 2, Notre Dame to 3, Indiana to 4, Miami to 5, Ohio State to 6, Texas to 7. Leave A&M, Ole Miss, OU where they're at. I would move USC to 11, and I would kick all those teams back. 1, right? Leave Michigan and Washington where they're at. Get Penn State the frick out of there. Move SMU up. Tennessee up 1. Utah up 1. Iowa, we'll move them up 1 just because. Houston, move them up. Louisville, move them up. Get Missouri out. And then I would put Clemson at 24. And boys, I hate to frickin' say it, but you know what?
At Florida State.
I actually like the coach because
It's not Florida State.
He's
Georgia
an
Tech.
ex-Trojan. He's an ex-Trojan. I kind of respect the guy. I hate that he went to this school. But honestly, I would probably throw Florida at 25.
Give me Florida about 22nd. I think they're going to surprise some people.
You
I
tell
think
me what
Florida,
you do, Blake.
Florida's
Give
a
me your
sleeper
top
team.
25.
I would go Oregon at 1 just because they're returning probably the best quarterback in the country. It's hard for me to say Georgia at 2 because every voter in the country has put multiple Texas players above anybody else's players. I mean, they have players on every list you look at. I mean, multiple players, the edges, defensive lineman, offensive lineman, tight ends, quarterback. I mean, Arch Manning, what has he done? Nothing.
Can I say something though?
What?
You can have a whole roster full of number 1,
And that's what I was about to
stars.
get to. Is
And
the
if
only
your
reason
coach is
Georgia
not good,
That's the only reason Georgia
Texas A&M for years.
because their coach is better. They have better coaches. So give me Georgia at 2, even though I'd probably have more around the 4 or 5 range. 3, not Notre Dame. There's no way. I mean, y'all beat them. A&M beat them. They lost Jeremiah Love. I'm sorry. I would probably move Miami up into that. You got Mintz coming back. You got Tony coming back. Y'all's offensive line is going to be ridiculous. I mean, absolutely ridiculous.
I'll take it.
I mean, defensive line. I mean, everybody thinks y'all lost something, but y'all are returning some players, and you got some true freshmen coming in that are probably going to get a bunch of snaps. So give me Miami at 3. 4, I'm probably going to go Ohio State just because of the amount of talent they have collectively. Aston don't like that take. I don't care. I say Ohio State at 4. 5, I would probably lean toward Ole Miss. 6, I'd probably go Texas there. 7, Indiana. I don't know what they're going to have at quarterback. I mean, you have the Heisman winner at quarterback last year. That's hard to replace.
Well, Josh Hoover's a pretty good quarterback.
He's not Mendoza.
Yeah,
And he also doesn't have
brothers.
But
taking that
hold
spot.
on. But Mendoza coming from Cal to Indiana wasn't Mendoza until he was.
But he also had a team full of fifth-year starters behind him.
Isn't Surratt still there though?
I
And that
think
other
so.
kid?
I think so. Their defense is going to be really good too. By the way, just letting y'all know. Don't sleep on Indiana's defense. They're going to be headhunting again.
Yeah, no, I think that they're still going to be a top 10 team.
Oh,
I
Becker,
don't think
Charlie Becker. That's who I was thinking. Charlie Becker's back too.
Yeah. Did their wide receiver? What was it like? Omar something? Their wide receiver that made that one-handed catch.
Yeah.
Did he go to the NFL draft, or is he still there?
He went pro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
8, I'd probably go Notre Dame. 9, I don't know, man. After you get outside the top 7, really, it's a toss-up.
That's what I was gonna say.
And it really don't matter until you play the games, obviously. But I wouldn't have Alabama in the top 10. I definitely wouldn't have Penn State ranked at all. The sleeper team to me that everybody's sleeping on because Haynes King's going is Georgia Tech. They're not even talking about him. I think that coach at Georgia Tech is a really good coach, and I think he can make a quarterback play up to any potential. So I think they end up being a top probably 15 team. I don't think they make the playoff, but I think they're going to be a top 10 team. A top 15 team. SMU, I think that's the team for Miami to beat this year, 100%. That's going to be the second best team in the ACC, followed by probably Georgia Tech. Clemson, maybe. I mean, what is Dabo going to do? That guy's got to be on the hot chair. I mean, got to be.
Yeah, it's been years since they've kind of had their glory, if you will.
And another SEC team that is a sleeper to me, that's, I would say, behind probably Tennessee and probably even, obviously, Ole Miss is going to be a top 10 team. They got Trinidad, but I don't know what the coaching staff is going to do. But I think I think Summerall is a really good coach. I think that North Carolina struck out hard when they passed on him. And Mensa, by the way, Aston. Mensa was supposed to go with Summerall to North Carolina if they would have given him that job, and they hired Belichick, which was a huge mistake. That is a dumpster fire, by the way. Just a huge
you know what's crazy?
Fire.
Everybody keeps saying that North Carolina game is going to be a track game for Miami.
No.
Like, what?
No.
Yeah. I still am not going to be out on Belichick yet because you got to give him a couple years to build the program. I'll say that.
But he's not building a program. That's the problem. He's tearing it down.
Well, hey, you tear it down to build it back up. You never know.
He's tearing that place. It's worse than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Like there's boosters of people talking. Like, do y'all listen to Josh Pate? He's got a lot of intel on these schools, and he is.
I listen to him more during midseason when they do the matchup, when he's talking about the matchups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But to talk to you about Tennessee, by the way, Briar, I'd probably have them probably 13th. I still think with the defense they're going to have, I think this is going to be the best defense they've ever had.
Yeah.
But I think offensively, y'all are hurting bad at wide receiver. I'm not sure about quarterback yet, obviously, but I think defensively, if y'all's offense can play up to par with a Josh Heupel offense and the defense play the way I think they can be, thank God we don't play all this year at all. Hopefully, we don't see y'all at all.
I appreciate you saying that because I feel like you're the only Georgia fan that would say that.
Dude, I don't want to play y'all.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play y'all last year, and obviously it come down to the wire.
Yeah. I just to give my quick top 25 take real quick is that I do believe that if there is a year for Georgia to return to their glory, it's this year. I really do. I think so because I think that you gotta think that Gunnar Stockton's going to go out there and he has some time. He has some some experience under the belt now. He has to go out there and play. I think that you guys have a stacked tight end room.
But I think the difference between Gunnar Stockton and Stetson Bennett is Gunnar listens to Kirby and will play it safe all year. Stetson didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
That's the difference. And that's why I feel like that's what's holding us back.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like.
It's a dog factor. You definitely have a dog factor, but I think that your tight end room is insane, and Georgia loves to use their tight ends. And I think you're going to have a lot of options there, a lot of 12 personnel that you guys are going to run out there with 2 tight ends.
And it helps you run
a lot of depth there. And then, of course, you got what's his name, Branch, that you can just play with.
Branch is gone.
Is he gone?
He's a Falcon, dog.
He's a Falcon.
I could have swore he still had more.
We got Isaiah Canyon from Georgia Tech last year. The big.
Gotcha. Yeah. But and then the defense is always going to be a Georgia defense. You're going to be big in the trenches.
I didn't really want to make this Georgia heavy, but I honestly think this would be the closest defense to 21 as there's ever been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's stacked. So I have Georgia. In my mind, I have them either. This is my hot take. I have them at 1 or 2. I really do. I think that they're just. I think that they have been one of the best teams continually over the past couple years. It's just because they weren't, 20 and 21 Georgia. People have just kind of downplayed them. But it's just Georgia's lost some key matchups, randomly, and that's really has hurt you guys in the end. So it keeps you guys out of the SEC championship or whatever it is, and then it affects you all when it comes to the play. But I will say So outside of that, I think Ohio State is just it's Ohio State. They're always going to be up there because they just have a loaded roster, got the money. Same thing with Oregon. I think that's another thing that they're banking. Is it Dante Moore or what's his name? That's Dante up there. Moore. Yeah, Dante Moore. He's great. I mean, he's good. It's he's an athletic guy. He's going to be a Heisman candidate, by the end of the season. Notre Dame, I'm not sold on. Texas, not sold on. Indiana, there's just a question of was it Fernando Mendoza? Or was it Kirk Cinetti? That's going to be the question. It's really who was the changing factor in Indiana the past 2 years? Because again, you got to look at. Indiana still were a bunch of guys that weren't really 5-star recruits. That was just a good team put together, and there was something there. And I don't know, it's just something about a team that has a Jesus-loving quarterback that just goes and has some kind of thing on their side. Miami, you can't sleep on Miami. I think they got a lot returning. You got Mark Fletcher, I think is the story there. I think
absolutely. Him and Tony, man.
Yep. Yeah, and Tony. Yeah, exactly. You got a lot of good offensive weapons, but I think Mark Fletcher, if you have any questions about your quarterback and what he's capable of doing, just hand it off to Mark Fletcher. Let him work. Let him do his thing, right? Yep. Texas A&M, you can't discount what they did last year. They're going to be really good. Ole Miss, it's just a question of how do they look post Kiffin era? How does that look for you? Is he really the thing, or are they going to show up because they have something to prove? They got a chip on their shoulder. OU, I think they overachieved last year. I think OU is not as good as people think they are. I watched them a lot.
The schedule favored them last year 100%.
Yeah, and
even without Mateer, they won football games.
Yeah. They called Mateer at his best. They called Mateer when he was hurting. I think that there was a lot of times that they caught some breaks that kind of went their way, and it kind of worked out for them in the end. They they played defense when they needed to play defense. That's really kind of what it was.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what won them some games. And I mean, they looked really good against Alabama in the playoff. You can't. I mean, that's kind of what that was a good game to watch. But LSU, again, not buying the LSU hype. I really think that Kiffin, that whole hype on him is there, but I just don't. I think LSU, kind of reared their ugly head. I think it was a coach last year, and I don't think the team was as good as people thought they were going to be. Texas Tech just got money, and then when you kind of go into the rest, the rest of Alabama, it's just a unique question about. Is it time for Alabama to roll over after this season? Is it time for them to really roll over, or is it finally a couple now? Because what's his name has been there for 2 years now. I don't like Alabama. It's not a secret. So I think Alabama.
And the thing is, he's not even one of the hot topics for the hot seat.
Yeah, he's
and
not.
Blows my mind. My mind. I'm like, this guy hadn't won anything. Literally hadn't even won the SEC. I mean,
get him mid-season. He's going to lose something early for some reason, and then let that fan base get going. We'll see some headlines.
If he loses to Florida State again, he's got to be gone.
Yeah, that's bad. You should have never lost that game.
If he loses to Florida State this year, because I heard some insiders saying that Florida State's got a issue where, well, it's kind of like the last couple of years, but they've got like off the ball issues and all kinds of stuff going on down there in practice, and they're fighting each other and all kinds of things. So
yeah,
they got problems. So if Alabama loses to them, it's
I got some farming buddies who are boosters and ticket holders and all that, and they are not high on this team at all.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still going to be Alabama. They're still loaded with talent, so you just don't know what they're able. It's just about chemistry, like you said. You just don't know what's going to happen. But I hope it burns down to the ground. Oh my gosh, I hope the empire falls. Oh, what I would do to see that. After that, BYU, USC, Michigan. The only thing I can say about Michigan is they have Bryce Underwood. Let's see if you're really all that, dude. I mean, you're the guy. You got 1 year of grace. Let's see what you can really do now. You got the time in the program. Let's see it start shining. Are you a 5-star quarterback, or were you overrated? That's the best way you can put down on Michigan and what their season's going to be like. It depends. If Bryce Underwood performs, they're going to be in the playoff, and they're going to be a dangerous team. If he doesn't perform, they're going to look
with
like
a new
Florida.
Head coach, though. You really think that?
I mean, like I said, again, another school that I hope burns, Michigan, but Ohio State hope they burn too.
Kyle Whittingham has won with a lot less. So
yeah, I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. It's all about quarterback play. Let's be honest.
And I'm a firm believer in today's college football. It doesn't matter how long you've been the coach there. If you got the talent there and you can coach football, you can go win.
That's what I was about to say.
And that's why I'm high on Summerall at Florida. I really think they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
I might tell y'all one team y'all hadn't said yet that's going to be in this. They're going to be in the top 25. It's going to be Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is going to be good still.
Think so?
I just don't believe in their quarterback.
I mean, it doesn't matter. They've hit Diego Pavi. He's nothing special.
He was their Stetson Bennett.
Bro,
yeah,
he had
absolutely.
He's not even
That's
close.
exactly what Diego Pavi. It's a guy that had
Dude,
a chip on his shoulder.
Short dude with a little chip on his shoulder who won a
But I
couple
will
of
say,
games.
Clark
Like,
Lee.
he got lucky a couple of games. That's it. They still got the coaching is good. That's what I feel like. That's
I was
what
gonna
got
say.
him there.
I'll give Clark Lee that again, but again, I'm
gonna tell you this ranking right here, it won't look anything like this, but
I think there's 8 teams that won't be.
I mean, there's gonna be more. There's gonna be another SEC team in here. It's not gonna be Missouri. There's gonna be 2 more SEC. Like, knock Missouri out. There's gonna be 2 more SEC teams inside this top 25. I don't even know anything about Washington. But you got, then you got other teams in the ACC that are good. You got Georgia Tech, you got Virginia that did good, you got Duke that did good. I mean, like, you got to look at like what happened last year, and I think like people discount that, I guess, because of the NIL and players moving around. But I say last year kind of has something to do with this. And
can I say something about Duke?
Yeah.
Duke losing Mensa. Mensa was Duke last year. Mensa and Barkate. So Manny Diaz ain't that. He won the ACC last year. Yeah, and this is coming from a guy who dealt with Manny Diaz for a few years. Manny Diaz is not all that. Manny Diaz had a killer quarterback receiver combination, and that quarterback won them games that they should have lost.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. I don't care what ACC team it is. It may be Clemson, but there's going to be another ACC team in here that's going to be some sort of shocker. Don't matter if it's Duke. Don't matter if it's Florida State. There's going to be another ACC team. And then, like, people forget the Illinois is somehow always good.
And we always forget about JMUs and the Tulanes and the.
There's going to be at least one or two random teams. Yeah.
But I honestly feel like
Washington in there. I don't see Penn State. I don't see
50% of the top 10
Louisville
there.
Right.
And Michigan. I have no idea.
Our Troy Trojan
and
sneaking in
USC. I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm not a huge believer in USC.
Yeah, it's just confusing with USC. I just don't know.
And I disagree with you guys on the LSU thing. Kiffin's good. They're gonna be top 10.
Oh, I'm not saying they're gonna. I'm just saying I don't buy into them actually being like anything.
They'll be top 10 until they play Tennessee.
That's right, and that's what I was gonna say. I didn't get to say my piece on Tennessee real quick. Just say this, just to have my little footnote, is that I actually, and this is coming from a devout Tennessee fan, that literally. When I say the Braves are number one, they are number one, and Tennessee is right there with them in terms of what means something to me. And so this is, I think Tennessee is a little overranked. This is just from what I know. I have a big question. I mean, again, it's like Michigan. It really comes down to quarterback play. If Tennessee's, we got a 5-star quarterback, he was, top 5, top 10 recruit, last year. He's a true freshman. That's probably going to be our quarterback. We have another guy that's a former 4-star. That's a sophomore. He could play. But you're going to go, and those are your two options. You're going to go with the talent, right? You're going to go with the talent. Let him go out there, see what he can do. If he can mature quickly, I will also say Blake. I
say 10 wins. I say 10 wins.
Enough. I actually feel very, very good about Tennessee's wide receiver room. They got a former 5-star Mike Matthews. Brandon Staley was a guy that just exploded for us last year. But they have some weapons there. But I will say that the defense on the side of the defense side of the ball, it's just a matter of do they transform into this better version, because they got a former national championship winning defensive coordinator 2 years ago that literally coached against Tennessee in the playoff. They brought a lot of that stuff in, but the issue with that is that defense has been hit over the past, over the summer. The big price piece you got in the transfer portal got mental health issues and cried home for mommy, got a paycheck, and became nothing. Cam Coleman. Okay? And then ever since and leading up, literally the Tennessee's depth on defense has been getting hit. One of our DBs, that's a big depth piece, literally just tore his ACL. He's out for the season.
Oh my gosh.
Tennessee has, and then we had a cornerback that also had a knee injury that's going to be out for a few games. Our captain of our defense, our senior linebacker Arian Carter, is suspended for 2 games through the Georgia Tech game because NCAA said that, hey, you can submit your name to the draft, but if you want to withdraw it at some point, we got a rule now that it's totally okay to do it. But they changed that after he did that. So then they're saying that he can't play for 2 games. The NCAA has no power. Who cares? Trinidad Chambliss is the reason why Ole Miss is ranked number 9. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you got these situations where I want to believe that Tennessee can be 10-2 because the schedule's there. It lines up for them. If they get good quarterback play, they can be going into November like 7-1. Like they could be in the mix. But the more that I see these injuries and everything like that, the more I start believing in 8-4, 7-5 at the worst, because you don't get the quarterback play you want. It's just
But
yeah.
you said it about Miami. Y'all's running back room is probably one of the best in the country. And if the quarterback's not getting it done every game, you just hand the ball off to 4 guys. You have 4 guys that can totally.
Yeah, they got a stacked running back room, and that's the thing. Tennessee's always a really good. I think they've led over the past 3 years. They've led the SEC in rushing, total rushing, I believe, over the past 3 years. And I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, that's why I think that that's the thing when it comes down to the quarterback is the Tennessee's offense, despite what the media says about gimmick and everything like that. It's a very cerebral offense. It's a lot about being understanding of how progressions work. Right.
It's very Lane Kiffin-like.
Yeah,
it's based around the run, but nobody wants to believe that.
Exactly. Everyone wants to, because they have these large pass plays that go down the field, stretches you out, a lot of screens going on, everything like that. So the big explosive plays are pass plays, but we're doing that, and then out of nowhere you start stretching that box out, and now we're just running halfback draw all over you all day.
I witnessed it firsthand with my fingers crossed and my toes crossed, and Gunnar Stockton somehow threw a dime.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's the thing about Gunnar Stockton is that he's there, he's capable. That was the most perfect pass that you could ever throw in that situation, in the most high intensity 4th down situation.
Oh.
The game's basically on that line. He doesn't throw that pass. Tennessee probably, runs out the clock, and then it's all good to go. Tennessee should have won that game, but it is what it is.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it because I
watched it live.
I'm one of those fans where I can't watch. I can't if it's so close like that. I think it's just like over the years being and I'll do it for the Braves, but like watching Georgia and it comes down to something like that, I just can't. Like, dude, my nerves get so bad. I cannot watch it. I cut it off and I just like look at the score later. Even when we played Ohio State.
How do you turn that game off?
I cut it off. I couldn't watch it.
How do you turn it off, dude?
I could not watch it, dude. We were behind and I was already miserable.
Bro, I was just trying to watch the ball drop, bro. I was like, come on, man. And then out of nowhere, I'm running back between my room and the living room when we had the ball drop on. And I'm like, I got to see what happened. And I remember I was like sitting there watching the kick and I was like, Georgia won. And I ran and I was like, Happy New Year. Like, that's exactly. I was like, oh my goodness. But was an insane game.
I watched that the following day.
You know, also Michigan and TCU that day was also an insane game.
I still can't pick my jaw off the ground after that missed kick. I mean, that is crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, for so much heartbreak through the years, man, we deserve
those 2 years that we got with Stetson Bennett at the helm. I mean, I know he wasn't the greatest quarterback to ever wear the Georgia G on his helmet, but that dude won some football games.
Hey man, he won you 2 national championships. You can't not like.
Yeah, he's up there, man.
The guy's gonna get it. He's gonna get his flowers later on in his life. You know,
he's probably.
I would argue
he's probably on Mount Rushmore. He's probably on the Mount Rushmore of UGA.
Yep,
and
greatest
somebody
like
Roquan Smith is probably misses out on that wall when he deserves to be there. Well,
but anyway,
yeah, I think that's a great segment into our college football.
I gotta study up, boys. I really try to block it out until the season gets here.
Yeah, baseball's
well, I'm trying to focus on winning a fantasy baseball championship.
Nothing in college football matters right now. I mean,
we got a couple weeks before really
it gets shaken up so quick.
Yeah,
the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get a little dicey because you got
Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois 2 or 3 years ago. They ended up playing in the national championship. I mean, It's
And
costly.
IU, baby. Yeah, the Wolf Pack, baby. We love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting college football season because I really don't think that there's like a hardcore dead favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going into the season going like, oh, this team they're returning so many people,
And that's
they were
why
amazing. Yeah,
That's why Ohio State's at 1 because they have the most blue chips. They have the highest rating,
Yep.
the player rating. That's why they're there.
yeah, highest potential. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, and they just hate the Miami Hurricanes too, as
Yeah.
well.
It's,
Like, it's
everybody hates the Miami Hurricane.
I was starting to, when Aston was going, I was like, oh, it's personal. He's mad. He's mad.
And then he
was
ranks Miami like
disrespected.
5th. He's like, yeah, they should be 5th.
Yeah. Hey man, I agree though. I get it. I think you guys definitely. I like your take about the whole like you have the national championships and the runner-up.
I'm ranking Miami higher than 5, honestly.
Georgia's lost 2
I
years
think
in a
Miami's
row.
like 3.
I think Miami's in the top 4 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think you guys should.
I
be
think that
at least
Mensa
top
guy
5 at
is
lowest.
legit, and I think y'all's trenches are just unreal. I mean, y'all.
Well, I was just trying to be non-biased, but if you want to
So
go
was
there,
I.
they
I
need
placed
to be in the
too
top
many
30.
bets on that what's his name last year.
Fletcher,
No, the other guy, the little guy who's
Tony.
just
Tony.
yes, he's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's too good.
That's the thing. That's
no-
what I'm saying. You got the trenches. Y'all
Josh-
built the trenches up, and then you got
Josh
skill
Pate
players.
said that Malachi Tony's probably arguably the best player in college football.
He was a freshman
I
last year, right?
agree. He's up there. He's top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be a Heisman candidate if they can get him the ball.
Oh yeah, and they
Absolutely.
will, because having Cooper Barcade on the outside also, it's going to open him up a lot more.
You guys even want to do this Diamond Detour? You can get
That
That kind of
felt
was
like we
the
just-
Diamond Detour.
I felt like we just did it for an hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of was.
I
I'll
mean,
say this though, tennis. I don't want to get into the sad part. We always throw some actor stuff in here since Briar's an actor, but
Yeah,
you know,
R.I.P.
everybody-
Hayden Panettiere. That's all we got to
Yeah,
say.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Rest
Awful.
in peace.
everybody's
Sad
favorite
loss.
Remember the Titans actress.
I thought it was Bring It On.
Well, she was
She
in.
was in
I'm
that as well.
joking. I'm joking. Remember the Titans. 100%.
Yeah. Actually, she was Dot in A Bug's Life. Stop
Yeah.
disrespecting.
Yeah,
her. That's great.
and
I didn't know that.
that was she was. Yeah.
But
Listen,
yeah, no,
there's
she
some
had great career, awesome, awesome life, but just unfortunately cut short, like so many other younger actresses lately. It's just
There's
sad.
some
But
gnarly. There's some gnarly conspiracy theories out there now about it
yeah,
too, because apparently the 911 call was kind of sus.
yeah. Well, and it comes months after she
the
literally released a
interviews.
memoir and do interviews about the horrors of Hollywood and
And
all that kind of stuff. But
She
the
was
issue-
outing some people.
Yeah, and the issue is that unfortunately you're also a child star, and there's a lot of hardship that comes with being the child star in terms of feeling lonely, and there's a lot of usually that comes with it. She's not the first child star that has unfortunately lost her life to allegedly, we still don't know the whole thing about drugs, but that's what the assumed assumption is. But yeah, it's just tough. It's sad to see someone young, like literally close to all of our
Right.
ages, what I'm saying, lose their life in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, she was great. Remember the Titans? She was amazing. She's my favorite line is literally she's like, "I hate playing with dolls," and then the girl's like, "I'm not playing with dolls. I'm accessorizing." He goes, yeah. He goes, and then Denzel Washington's he's like, "Yeah, go accessorize. Don't you want to go accessorize?" And she just looks at him in the face and he's like, she was great in that movie.
I work with the parts counter at my dealership. They're very young. They're like 25 and under. And I was like, RIP HBT. And they're like, who's that? I was like, Hayden Panettiere. And they're like, who is that? I was like, have you ever seen named all the movies? And I was like, Scream 4. They're like, what is?
Yeah.
I've never even watched a
The most
Scream
recent,
movie. I'm like, what?
2
I'm
screens
like,
ago. she
grow
was in,
up,
too.
guys. Like, jeez.
Dang,
How do you not know who this is?
sad day.
Yep.
All right, well, hey, I got to say some tennis stuff here. Since the Open is on, I wanted to go, but tickets are too expensive.
I'll see you guys later. Tennis is talking. I'll see you guys later.
U.S. Open's coming up. Serena, Brower will care about this. Serena and Venus played last night, doubles together. They lost in a third set tiebreak.
All right, well, I'm out.
And then I did place a $5 bet on Nakashima to beat Medvedev today, and I won that bet. And I placed another bet on Anisimova to come back and beat the young phenom Iala last night, and Anisimova came through for me too. So
Jake,
my tennis picks are good, so maybe I should stick with tennis instead of baseball.
Jake, all these bets, man, you need to get us hooked up with Kalshi.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, like, we got
DraftKings, bro.
I don't even have Kalshi yet. I just do the little cheap little prize picks, man.
Yeah,
prize
picks. Same thing. We're just
put these little small bets, yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to sponsor us, Kalshi, I know you're listening. You're probably listening through my phone right now.
Yeah.
Prize picks.
We're gonna have a lot of ads on Kalshi.
There's gonna be like nothing but ads, after this.
Hey,
there's gonna be one video Kalshi, next video is gonna be prize picks, the next video.
I already got one.
I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, just tell me I have like a 20% bonus on prize picks. I guarantee it. But, anyways, yeah, U.S. Open's coming up, so exciting things for tennis as well. Got some good. The women's side looks better than the men's, but everybody's playing pretty good right now. I'm gonna tell you, the people to watch for the U.S. Open is gonna be still Ben Shelton. Nakashima's playing the best tennis of his life. There's a new kid named Rafael Hodar. He's from Spain. He's made the finals of like the last 3 tournaments. He was the NCAA champion 2 years ago or close to it. Played for Virginia. Gotcha. So Virginia's always like they've won like 3 out of the last 5 natties. They recruit like
how did I not know about the Virginia Cavaliers dynasty?
Dude, listen to this. Virginia would have had this past season. They had recruited 3 of the guys who are now top 100 in the world. Only one of those guys played for Virginia, and the other 2 turned pro instead of going to play for Virginia. Fonseca was going to play there as well. Hodar, and I'm trying to remember who the other guy was, but yeah, Hodar and Ben Shelton, those are going to be 2 guys they're going to probably make quarters or semis that people are probably kind of got under the radar. So there's your bets for
there's our bets.
US
Yeah.
Open.
Virginia,
You heard it here
Tennis dynasty.
Yeah, they're good. Mm-hmm.
What about Virginia Tech? They any good? Just Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know about Virginia Tech. I imagine they're decent, but
they're no Virginia.
Yeah. If you want to see like who's going to be the future stars of tennis, just check out whoever Virginia is recruiting. They're going to be the best. Them and Texas. Texas is also a good team. And UGS, they're just kind of 50-50. You go one way or the other. I got nothing else, guys. We'll call it a night.
Yep, let's call it a night.
We calling it.
We calling
it was
it.
A good episode, boys. You know, I got to rant for a minute, and we welcome Jake back. And
that's right. I might study up on my college football.
Points from Blake from last week.
What points do I have left to take?
I did take them because that's what you guys updated me on the scores, and so I did.
Yeah, Blake. Sorry, your child has sports to do on Tuesday night. Guess what? Negative 100 points.
Exactly. You gotta be like, hey guys, sorry, we gotta wrap this up. I got a podcast.
Hey, call this softball game short. We don't care nothing about this. We got a podcast.
Yep. Guys.
That's what you got to do.
All right, it's softball. We gotta cut this show. Let's get it. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I love me some softball.
Hey, if we're gonna start getting sponsors, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the first one out there. Activate IV and cryotherapy restored my life last week. I was on the verge of death. I could not speak. My neck was filled with golf balls of lymph. Like my lymph nodes were the size of golf balls. I go in. I see this wonderful guy, Briar, down here in the corner, and, they hooked me up with an IV, and the next day I could speak again. And I know I'm still coughing, but I thought I was gonna die. So if you need to get back right and you live around the Atlanta area, go check them out. Location incoming, location in what, Alpharetta?
Yeah,
Where
so
else, Briar?
Alpharetta coming. We're in Memphis, Tennessee. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. And if you're for some reason finding yourself at the University of Arkansas near Fayetteville in Arkansas, hey, we're there down there too in Springdale. Okay, so if y'all want to come and check us out, please don't come to Cumming because that means more work for me.
Speaking to an Atlanta crowd.
So,
Don't
so
come
we're
see
doing
it.
sponsorships now. We're gonna.
I
have
mean,
to,
y'all don't have to
Classic
give me
collision. Where's the
anything.
money? Where's
hold
the
on,
money?
hold on.
Classic collision.
If we're begging, hold on. Let's beg now. Do you want your F-250 looking mean with a brand new wrench hand? Do you want your 2500 jacked up to the moon with monster mud tires? Well, go see Dax Reddick at Classic Truck Accessories, and he'll hook you up today.
Hey, for real, on a serious note, before we end, you two up here, you two guys, score predictions: Colquitt County High School versus Thomas County Central.
Oh, we gonna end it on that, baby.
What we gonna do?
Central beats Colquitt County 49-28.
Yeah, I don't feel very confident in the Packers this year, and I think Coach Hoon is on his last leg. So,
Dang, son.
all that being said, the Packers are going there into the Jackets' nest, and they're gonna take a stunner. They're gonna beat the Jackets 28-24, baby.
I don't remember the last time somebody held the Jackets to 24 points. Give me the Jackets. 40-7. Shut them down, baby.
It's probably gonna be pretty bad.
Hey, just because I don't have anything in the game here, I'm just gonna put out a random prediction here, and I'm gonna say my Packers go in there. They go into the Jackets' nest, like Aspen says, and they win 35-13, baby.
Yes,
There's not a
sir.
chance.
What was the score?
35-13.
35-13.
We missed a field goal. Gosh darn it.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Well.
Because you want to know why you missed the field goal. It's because you were actually trying to go for two for some stupid reason, and you actually missed the 2-point conversion.
Well, I don't know how
It's a
much
close game at that point.
I don't know how much you know about the background of this game. Justin Rogers was the head coach at Colquitt County and didn't win a state championship in his first 2 years, and they fired him. Now he's the head coach at Central, and he's won 2 state championships in 3 years. Yeah.
Is it too late to change my prediction?
It's too late, bro.
Hey,
Done.
you know what? I'm going to ride for my Packers upset season, baby.
Let's do it.
Go, Pack, go. Go, Pack, go.
Go,
Go, Pack, go.
Go,
Go,
Pack.
Pack, go.
I only cheer for Central because my kids go there. Honestly, I don't care. It is what it is.
That's hilarious. But that's a perfect thing to end our note on.
Let's end the pod. We'll see you guys next week. Follow us on Insta, TikTok, watch, listen, subscribe, get on YouTube, Spotify, check us out. We'll be here next week. We'll see you guys then next time on the Brave Idiots podcast.